How can you tell if lines are parallel or perpendicular without actually having to graph them? Parallel lines are going to have the same exact slopes. So if I have the equation y equals 2/3 x minus 4 and I graph that, the first thing I would do would be to plot the y-intercept. So that would be my -4. Down 4, put my dot. That's my y-intercept. From there I do the slope of 2/3. So my rise is 2 and my run is 3. Up 2 and 3 to the right. And then I would connect the two dots. I want to make sure that I keep going perfectly in a straight line. So I'm going to keep going with my slope. My slope of 2/3. So here's my first line of y equals 2/3 x minus 4. Oops. My second line is going to be y equals 2/3 x plus 4. So I'm going to go with my y-intercept. In this case, it's a positive 4. So I go up 4 from the origin, put my dot, and then from there I do the slope of 2/3. So up 2 over 3, up 2 over 3, or I can go down 2 and 3 to the left. Down 2 and 3 to the left. So this is my second line that I made. You'll see that these two lines are parallel. They're never ever going to run into each other because they have the same exact slope. It wouldn't matter if I even did another line of just y equals 2/3 x. This time you can't see the y-intercept in the equation, which means that it's going to be 0. So this is a direct variation. Our y-intercept is at 0, and then I would go up 2 and over 3, up 2 over 3, up 2 over 3, or down 2 and 3 to the left, down 2, 3 to the left. It wouldn't matter how many lines I made with the same slope of 2/3, none of them are going to ever run into each other. They are parallel because they are all going up 2, 3 to the right, up 2, 3 to the right. They all have the same exact slope. So if I have the equation y equals 2x minus 4, and I graph this one, the y-intercept is -4, so you go down 4, put your dot. The slope is 2, or we have to make that into a fraction, so 2 over 1. So up 2 over 1. 2 over 1. Any line that has the slope of 2 over 1 will be parallel with this line I just created. So it wouldn't matter if my new equation was y equals 2x plus 1, or y equals 2x, or y equals 2x plus 27. It's still going to have a slope of 2 over 1. So in this case, y-intercept is 1, and then the slope is up 2 over 1. They're never going to intersect each other because they are parallel. Perpendicular lines, on the other hand, have different kinds of slopes. They are called opposite reciprocals. In this case, if I graph my equation y equals 3/4 x plus 2, the y-intercept is positive 2, so I start at up 2 from the origin, and then from there my slope is 3/4. So I'm going to go up 3 and over 4. Up 3 and over 4. Or maybe I go down 3 and then 4 to the left. Down 3, 4 to the left. So this creates my first line. But if I want to make one that's perpendicular to that, I need to have a line that has the opposite reciprocal for its slope. So opposite means one's positive, one's negative. In this case, I have a positive 3/4. So when I go to make my new line, my slope has to be the opposite. So my new slope is going to be negative And then you might remember that reciprocal means the fraction just flipped upside down. So I'm going to flip that upside down. So now my numerator and denominator have been reversed. So opposite because one's positive, one's negative. Reciprocal because they're the fraction flipped upside down. So let's say I write an equation with the opposite reciprocal for the slope from my first one. You can have any y-intercept. It should end up being a perpendicular line if I graph it. So if my y-intercept is -1, from there I'm going to go down 4 and 3 to the right. I could also start here and go up 4 and 3 to the left. When I draw a line through my new dots for my new equation, you'll notice that my intersection point makes perpendicular lines. So anytime you have perpendicular lines, the slopes are opposite reciprocals. In this one, the y-intercept is +1 and the slope is -3, or -3 over 1. So down 3 and 1 to the right. Or up 3 and 1 to the left. If I wanted to create a perpendicular line to that, I would have to make sure that my slope for my new line was the opposite reciprocal. Right now I have a negative number, so I want my new slope to be positive, and then I need to flip this fraction upside down. So +1/3 will be the slope for any equation that would be perpendicular to our original one. So I can put any y-intercept in here that I want. So we'll use -3. So if I went down 3, and that was my y-intercept, then if I did the slope of +1/3, up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3, or down 1 and 3 to the left, I should end up with perpendicular lines when I graph these. So you can see that the intersection forms perpendicular lines.